Oh my God, we got Francisco Lindor and Carlos Carrasco. I don't even know where to start. But what's going on, baseball fans? How's it going? Hayden here. And of course, I'm sure most of you have heard the good news. The Mets got two great players in a trade. I am bummed to see some of these players who are leaving the Mets to go to the Indians. But hey, this is the time for the Mets. So, let's get right into it. So, the Steve Cohen era has officially begun. The New York Mets and the Cleveland Indians have made a six-player, blockbuster, ginormous trade this offseason. This is probably the biggest trade this offseason and in a while. The Mets have acquired shortstop Francisco Lindor, we all know him, pitcher Carlos Carrasco, and in return, the Cleveland Indians will receive infielder Andres Jimenez, infielder Ahmed Rosario, and two minor league prospects, pitcher Josh Wolf and infielder Isaiah Green. So, let's get right into Francisco Lindor. So, to get into the players in this trade, let's start with the biggest person involved yet, Francisco Lindor, who went to have a 2020 season having a batting average of .258. Yes, that is quite low, but 2020, a lot of players had low batting averages, so I don't think it's too much to perseverate and dwell on. He also had an OPS of .750, 27 RBIs, 8 home runs, and 61 hits. Pretty acceptable in my opinion. I can't even get started on the defense. 2-time Gold Glove winner and 1-time Platinum Gold Glove winner. It is most certain Lindor will be placed next to J.D. Davis at third, who has also been looking legit. Lindor could help the batting order for sure. He'll most likely be predicted to be a leadoff hitter. So the second player that the New York Mets are getting is right-handed pitcher Carlos Carrasco, who is recovering from CML cancer, but came back to thrive this season and started to show he still has stuff in the tank from priorly having cancer. In 2020, he had 3 wins, 4 losses, an ERA of 2.91, and a WHIP of 1.206. Pretty good if you ask me. Carrasco is a well-founded pitcher to join that rotation and assist in keeping it very vigorous, as the Mets rotation is very important. Now looking at the Cleveland Indians, who, yes, traded away their superstar, but got some scratch-up players in return. Who first got infielder Ahmed Rosario, who in 2020 had some struggles, but we shouldn't bash him on that just yet. As I have expressed over 1,000 times, 2020 was a rough year for a lot of players. Rosario batted .252, having an OPS of .643, 15 RBIs, 4 home runs, and 36 hits. His defense is acceptable, having his UCR 150 from negative 0.6 in 2019 and a 3.6 in 2020. These defensive numbers put Rosario at a slight above average major league shortstop. Next up, the Indians also received rookie Andres Jimenez. Jimenez, who has recently been called up from spring training this past 2020 season due to him thriving in spring training and the minors. Jimenez was one of the biggest surprises to the team. This season, he batted .263, having an OPS of .732, 12 RBIs, 3 home runs, and 31 hits. Not bad for the young guy. His acrobatic, flexible defense, and fast speed also leaned in his favor. Jimenez led the Mets with the most stolen bases in 2020 with 8 stolen bases. Jimenez has also talked with Mets former player Billy Hamilton, on which they both conversed about base stealing, which he claimed helped him out a lot. Third up on the list, the Cleveland Indians also obtained 2 prospects in Isaiah Green and Josh Wolf, who are both very young prospects and have plenty of time in the minor leagues to digress. My final thoughts for this trade are expressed in joy. Francisco Lindor is one of the biggest names in baseball, but it's actually Carlos Carrasco who fills a more pressing need for the Mets, who are in a desperate need for another starting pitcher of that note. He'll join the starting rotation with Jacob deGrom, Marcus Stroman, David Peterson, and hopefully another good guy or two. Francisco Lindor also gives the Mets a two-way talent at his defense, which the Mets haven't seen since the time of David Wright's prime. Now the Mets will presumably work toward a long extension with Lindor for his and the team's bright future. Now going forward with the Indians, it's a question mark all over. This team looks so much different from the 2016 World Series. They got rid of so many key stars, Bauer, Clevenger, Kluber, now Lindor. But I think they are making their steps and going in their rebuild. I am humbled to say I am a Mets fan. I think acquiring these two players will help the Mets' future and their division runs. Thank you, baseball fans, for watching this. This was probably my most favorite video I ever was able to make. And please, baseball fans, let me know in the comments, how psyched are you with this trade? Till next time, baseball fans, see ya.